Hello, my name is Agatha, and this is the astrology reading for the month of August 2018. It's a very general reading. If you like your own personal consultation, please write to dunyazade@gmail.com and I'd be delighted to work with you. So there's a solar eclipse at 18 degrees of Leo on the 11th of August 2018. This solar eclipse is going to be conjunct Mercury, and it's going to be also conjunct Pallas Athena, which is an asteroid connected with wisdom, courage, political and strategical ability, creative intelligence, politics, and the ability to recognize patterns. This asteroid, in people who have this asteroid prominent in their charts, are concerned with finding the truth. And it's also connected with feminine intelligence in a very inquisitive mind, let's call it. This solar eclipse, so it's conjunct this asteroid in Mercury, and it's going to be in a square to Jupiter in Scorpio, and furthermore, it's going to be in a quincunx. It's a 150 degrees aspect with Neptune in Pisces, and with Pluto in Capricorn. So it's connected with some sort of, maybe a highly bright person will enter your life, or maybe you'll have a job that's that will require of you for you to use your creative mind and the ability to recognize patterns. But whatever it is that enters your life that might require a great deal of intelligence, you'll have to sacrifice something. Okay, there's an element of sacrifice. Okay, so then the full moon happens on the 26th of August 2018, and it's going to happen at 3 degrees of Pisces. So this full moon is going to be in a sextile aspect with Saturn. So full moons are culminations or endings. It's going to depend from natal chart to natal chart. It's going to be also in a, I've noticed this, in a sextile aspect with Uranus at 2 degrees of Taurus, and Saturn and Uranus are going to be trine in a good aspect. So this could be a very positive full moon for many of you, but and this could be related to a personal relationship, to a job, but this could be a very positive full moon. And well, even though there's like an aspect here which is difficult, it's between Pluto and Venus, so they're going to be in a square aspect. So even though this could potentially be a very good full moon, there's a risk here of having some sort of trouble connected either with money or love relationships or any type of close relationships also. But there's potential here to transform your life in a positive way for the future, in a grounded sort of way, okay, without much disruption. But this is going to be, this is going to depend from natal chart to natal chart, from person to person. Now let's go to the individual signs. So Aries, how is the month of August 2018 is going to be for you? So your the solar eclipse in Leo is going to happen in your 5th house. So you might meet a new person, you might have a new love interest. This person might be very clever, very intelligent sort of person. You might spend a lot of money with this person, or this person might spend a lot of money with you. Or you might, when I say spend a lot of money, means that maybe you go out with him or her, and maybe you go to fancy restaurants or something like that. You might initiate a physical relationship rather quickly. You have to be careful with that. Okay, be careful with that. If it's not that, if this is a relationship, you know, that you initiate, there's some sort of sacrifice that you have to make in order to be in this relationship, and this sacrifice also might require you to sacrifice either your public reputation or your job, your career, something like that. If it's not that, you might discover that you're pregnant, or you might have a kid. You know, around this time, around the 11th of August, you might have a child. And again, this requires some sort of sacrifice on your part, sacrifice that also might be connected with your job, with your career. What else? If it's not, if you don't have a child, this could be a brand new beginning in the life of your kid, of your child, of one of your kids. It could be potentially your eldest child. So maybe he or she, maybe, let's say, I'm going to give you an example. You find out that he's really, really intelligent. So a really smart, a gifted child. So you have to put him or her in a special school. You're going to spend a lot of money in that special school. Okay, it's going to be an expensive school, and that might also require that for your child to advance, you have to make some sort of sacrifices, including in your career. Okay, maybe you have to move to another city in order for your kid to be near this school, and maybe you have to put your goals connected to your career on hold. If it's not that, this is a brand new beginning in a creative project. Okay, so you might start something new creatively, where you're going to use your you know, the ability to recognize patterns, your you know, your creative intelligence also. If it's not that, yet another way of reading this this eclipse, it could be that you know, the 5th house is the house of speculation. So it could be that you're like you're analyzing, for instance, the stock market or anything that requires risk in a very intelligent way, and you might, you know, you might do some sort of gambling, quote unquote, that might be risky. For some of you, it might pay off. For others, not so much. So you have to be careful. The full moon on the 26th of August at 3 degrees of Pisces is going to happen in your 12th house. This could be a secret that comes to light. Yes. Secret, you know, maybe that might connect your a revelation of some kind, connect your job with your finances. Now, this could be something good, or this could be something bad. It depends, you know. For some of you, the thing that comes to light is that you're going to be going to have a raise, or a lot of people where you work are going to have a raise, or you might be fired. I really hope that's not the case. But whatever, it seems that whatever happens in the long run, it's going to be good for you. Okay, so whatever is revealed in the long run, connected with your finances and with your job and career, it might be a very good thing for you. It also might help you achieve some sort of how do I say, it might change your finances, but also might give you more self-esteem, if that makes any type of sense. Now we are going to the sign of Taurus. Taurus. How is the month of August 2018? How is going to be for you? The solar eclipse of the 11th of August is going to happen, in your case, Taurus, in your 4th house. So this could be a brand new house. You buy a brand new house, for instance. Maybe your husband doesn't like it all that much. Maybe he or she, husband or spouse, has to make like a considerable, how do you say, financial effort in order for you to move into this brand new place. Or you make renovations in this place, you know, in the house where you live in. Or this is a brand new apartment. Again, a spouse is not really happy with this move, Taurus, to this new apartment. There's a new addition in your family for others. So maybe you have a new sibling. Maybe your sibling has a baby of his own or her own. Also, maybe you have to receive a sibling in your house because your sibling is going to study something, and it's going to be closer to live with you than to live where he or she used to live. And again, your spouse is not happy. Whatever happens in your domestic environment, or in getting a house, buying a house, moving to another place, getting an apartment, might require a sacrifice of your long-term goals. You have to sacrifice one of your goals or some friendships, and some of you might even have to sacrifice values, or even if it's not values, it could be a trip overseas, or it could be I don't know, even your spirituality, or spending time with in-laws, or if you're going to church on a regular basis, maybe you have to sacrifice that because there's a move, to a different place. And then, Taurus, on the 26th of August, there's a full moon at 3 degrees Pisces. In your case, this full moon is going to happen on the 11th house. For some, it could be a difficult lunation. For others, not so much. It seems to be more or less positive if you put on the effort. So some of you might finally have a goal which is accomplished. Okay, a long-term goal that you had for a very long time. And this could be something simple, like for instance, you always wanted to go on a visit, on a trip, to go and visit, I don't know, Paris, and finally you've done it. Others, you have to sacrifice some sort of goal. Now you have to tweak this goal, this objective that you've always wanted in your life. Now, for instance, maybe you always wanted to go to college. Maybe you have to put that on hold. Others, you always wanted to go to college to get training in this particular course, but you can't because maybe you can't afford it or anything or something like that. So you have to go to college. You go to college, yes, but you don't go to the course that you wanted. Maybe you have to wait. Maybe you have to, I don't know, maybe do 2 years of this course, and then after those 2 years, you can go to the course that you always wanted to do, if that makes any type of sense to you. Others, it's the culmination of a goal which might be connected with you going to college and finishing up a college degree. So it's going to be different from natal chart to natal chart. Now we're going to go to the sign of Gemini. Gemini, how will the month of August be for you? On the 11th of August is a solar eclipse at 18 degrees of Leo. In your case, Gemini, this solar eclipse is going to happen in your 3rd house. So this is a brand new beginning for some of you connected with cars. Maybe you buy a car, finally. Maybe there's a lot of communication. You're receiving a lot of communication around the 11th of August. There's a brand new beginning in that department. Maybe you, in that area of your life, connected with communication. It could be, for instance, maybe you got a new website because you want to sell something. I don't know, you opening up a new business, even a new creative business, and you like telling the world that, hey, I can do commissions, I can draw your pet, I can paint, I can be your illustrator. I'm just giving you examples here, okay? So some of you, it's a brand new website, something new connected even with, let's say, social networks. Whatever it is, it will require out of you an extreme intelligence. So you'll be able to see the patterns, and you'll be able to, by recognizing certain patterns, you'll be able to take full advantage of this new beginning. Okay, whatever this new beginning is, it will require some sort of sacrifice connected with your career, vocation, even your public reputation, and some sort of sacrifice connected with your shared resources. So maybe this brand new beginning connected with communication will require for you to pay more taxes, or will require some sort of financial effort from your spouse, from your partner, and maybe you will not be seen in a very good light, publicly speaking. This could be, you starting public speaking also. It could be that. And there might be some sort of difficulty connected with your work. So maybe you have gigs publicly speaking. I am sorry, but it's going to add stress to your working life, So it's going to depend. This could also be something, a brand new beginning connected with your sibling. Maybe your sibling has a child, for instance, or maybe your sibling has a brand new job, or maybe your sibling has some sort of issue connected with his health or her health. I really hope that's not the case. And if that's the case, it could be something connected with the liver. I really hope that's not it. But maybe he or she really researches everything connected with this illness and just takes a chance, takes a gamble, and during the next 6 months makes some sort of changes in order to heal himself or heal herself. Then the full moon is going to be at 3 degrees of Pisces on the 26th of August. In your case, Gemini, this full moon in Pisces is going to happen in your 10th house. So for some of you, it's the end of a career, the end of a profession, of a job. Maybe you retire. Okay, this could be, in that regard. Maybe you retired. Maybe you knew that you're going to retire, and you decided to open up a brand new type of job or freelance job, even publicly speaking, for instance, or making your own website. Maybe some of you, it's actually retirement. If it's not you retiring, it could be an authority in your life. Could be mother, father, grandfather is retiring. Could be a boss who's leaving, is retiring. Maybe if this boss is leaving, it's for health reasons, or maybe he or she is just sick of the job, just wants to live a more peaceful, comfortable life. Others is that there's a change in the public perception of you. So maybe you were, let's say you were single and you get married. Maybe you were married and you get divorced. Whatever change in the public perception of you, it's positive if you work for it. It's going to change your life, and it will make your life more grounded. Okay, for others it could be a change in your career. So maybe you used to do a certain type of thing, and now you're going to change, Gemini, the type of work you do. And for some of you, this type of work you do might be connected with the esoterical arts, with the unknown, with the occult. It's going to depend from natal chart to natal chart. Now we're going to go to the sign of Cancer. Cancer. How is the month of August 2018, how is going to be for you? On the 11th of August, there's a solar eclipse at 18 degrees of Leo. In your case, Cancer, this solar eclipse is going to happen in your 2nd house. So this is a brand new beginning connected with your finances, with the money that you earn. So this could be a brand new job. Yes, this could even be, let's say that you don't change your job. You might start earning money from your creative endeavors, and the money that is going to come your way, it could be a lot. It could be much more than you expected. Okay, whatever this new source of income is for you, it's going to require some sort of sacrifice. For instance, for some of you, a sacrifice of your spirituality, of your values somehow. Others, it's a sacrifice of maybe you used to travel a lot and now you can't travel all that much, and also a sacrifice connected with your spouse, with your partner. Either you have to sacrifice the time that you spend with him or her, or your partner has to sacrifice something in order for you to have this brand new source of income. Let's say that you have to move to another city in order to have this great, fantastic job in which you'll have to use your creative intelligence and the ability to recognize patterns. Maybe your spouse has to go with you, Cancer. Okay, maybe he or she has to go with you. Maybe he or she has to find a brand new job, maybe has to, you know, earn less, something like that, some sort of sacrifice from your spouse. It could be also a sacrifice from your second child, the one who was born on the second place. Let's say that you have to move to a different city because you're going to start a brand new job. Your second child might not like it, maybe because he or she needs to change schools, okay, and lose all his friends or her friends, okay. So on the full moon that's going to happen on the 26th of August is going to be at 3 degrees of Pisces. In your case, this full moon is going to happen in your 9th house. Now, this could be the end of a trip that you did abroad for vacation, or even to go and visit, for instance, family or friends who live abroad. It could be something simple like that, or maybe you're just planning a trip that you'll be making maybe a few months from now, maybe 2 weeks from now. You're planning, and at the end of August you've done planning that trip. What else? This could be some sort of college course that you're finishing up, you know. Maybe you had one last class to take, maybe you had one last paper to deliver in your college, in your university studies, and finally it's done. Others, you decide to go back to college, and around the 26th of August, either you find out that you were accepted, or you are starting, or you're just ending the process of returning to college or going to college for the first time. This could be advancing your college studies. Also, this could also be connected with your in-laws. So something connected with your in-law comes to a closure, not necessarily connected with you. You're just the witness of something connected with your in-law. Maybe your in-law divorces, for instance, you know, or it's the other way around. Maybe your in-law marries. You know, I know if your in-law marries, it's not necessarily with your brother or sister. Yeah, you have an in-law, for instance. You have an in-law who's single, so maybe your in-law gets married. Whatever it is, it seems to be a very positive change in the life of this in-law. It could be a woman. So I think I've covered everything. This could also be something connected with law. So a law or something that went to that's going to be put in front of the judge, some sort of court case that comes to a closure. Okay, and it comes to a closure, perhaps in a very positive way, in a way that you'll like it. If it's not that, you decide to go to court for something, and you take the initiative to go to court, and it's probably something good the way it turns out. Okay, so it's going to depend from natal chart to natal chart. Now we're going to go to the sign of Leo. So Leo, the eclipse, the solar eclipse at 18 degrees of Leo that happens on the 11th of August is going to happen in your first house. So this is a brand new beginning for you. Some of you might even seem or feel a little bit brighter. You feel more intelligent, or you're going to use your cleverness and your ability to initiate something brand new in your life. So this could be a brand new job, for instance. This could even be a brand new relationship. There could be a brand new relationship. The person who comes into your life might be younger than you, might be a very bright young person, man or woman, doesn't matter. Someone extremely clever, someone who has a very clever mind, someone who's a thinker, someone who has wisdom and courage. And whatever new beginning it is that happens in your life, personal level, either personal level or professional level, whatever it is, it might add some sort of stress in your home, maybe to a few family members, and it might require some sort of sacrifice on your part. The sacrifice might be connected with your share finances, for instance, might even be connected with taxes. I don't know what it is. Let's say you decide to initiate a brand new job. So maybe you have to, your own job, your own, where you have to be reliant upon yourself. So your own business, maybe you have to, pay taxes in a way that you're not used to. Whatever new beginning it is, also, again, might require some sort of sacrifices connected with your daily routines, with your work that you do, even with your health, and even with the habits. Like your eating habits, the way you eat, your diet, the way you exercise, Then, Leo, the full moon on the 26th of August is going to happen on the 3rd. It's going to happen at 3 degrees of Pisces. In your case, this full moon is going to happen in your 8th house. So full moons could be culminations or endings. It depends from natal chart to natal chart. So for some of you, there's an ending to a physical relationship. Maybe you were seeing someone and maybe you decide to just, stop seeing that person, maybe because you just met someone else. Others, you just met someone else, like about two weeks ago. And around the 26th of August, this is the time, like 2 weeks later, this is the time when you decide to initiate a physical relationship with him or her. Now, this person might be connected with your work life or might be connected, with your profession. He or she could be a colleague, but most likely what I'm seeing here, that this person might be your boss, might have some sort of, might be your boss. I don't know why, but actually I know why, but I'm not going to. Why? Because this full moon makes sextiles to Uranus in your 10th house, the house of career, also the house connected with the authorities, and it makes a sextile with Saturn on the 6th house, and 6th house is the house connected with also job, colleagues, daily routines, and Saturn is also connected with people in authority. So if you initiate a brand new relationship, this person might well be your boss. Okay. What else? This is you, for instance, starting a new job, and if you start a new job, you are your own authority, meaning your own personal job, your own business. That's what I'm seeing. And this, if you do start on the end of August, something like a freelance job or even your own business, this could actually, if you put on the work, if you make an effort, this has the potential to completely transform your life and to give you stability, like long-term type of stability. This could also be ending studies connected with the occult. Okay, it could also be that. For others, it could be that you decide finally at the end of August to initiate studies connected with the occult. So it's going to depend from natal chart to natal chart. Now we are going to the sign of Virgo. Virgo. How is the month of August 2018? How is this month going to be for you? On the 11th of August, there's a solar eclipse at 18 degrees of Leo. In your case, Virgo, this solar eclipse is going to be in your 12th house. So this could be a revelation that comes to light, for instance, connected with a male in your family. This could be you decide to investigate something for a very long time. Whatever you're investigating or whatever you're researching, you're going to be on this for at least for the next 6 months. Now, this could be researching maybe because you are in university, you are in college, and maybe you are researching your thesis. It could be something like that. Or it could be that you're doing something quietly. For the next 6 months, you're working on something, on some sort of secret creative project. Okay, and you're doing it quietly. And you don't want to talk about it. Okay, And this, whatever you're doing quietly, it might require some sort of sacrifice from the way you usually do your creative work. If this is creative work, it requires some sort of sacrifice. Also, it requires a sacrifice maybe connected with your spouse. Maybe you can't spend all that time with your spouse because you're working all the time. Or maybe your spouse has to do some sort of, or your partner has to do some sort of sacrifice in order for you to do this creative work. Okay? So there's many different ways of reading this. This could also be something connected with health issues. Maybe you have some sort of health issues. I really hope that's not the case. If it's not you, it could be, you know, someone close to you, a young person. And if there's someone, if it's you, your spouse has to do, your partner has to do some sort of sacrifices, and your children have to do some sort of sacrifices in order to you know, for you to heal. If it's someone else, if it's a child, then you are the one who has to make the sacrifices. And your spouse also has to make the sacrifices connected with this young child who's ill. This person could be, the young child could be, you know, your son, your daughter, but it could also be, for instance, a sibling. So it's going to depend from natal chart to natal chart. Then, on the 26th of August, there's the full moon at 3 degrees of Pisces. In your case, Virgo, this full moon is going to happen on your 7th house. It doesn't appear to be a bad full moon. It has the potential to be a very, very positive full moon. So for some of you, if you like dating someone, maybe you decide to take it to the next level, to the next phase, and you decide to you know, either move in together or marry, or you decide to have a child. This could also be the birth of your second child, the second one. It doesn't matter if it's a boy or a girl, it's the second one who gets born, or either your second child is born, or you discover that you're pregnant, or your partner is pregnant with your second child. What else? This could be for some of you. For others, it depends. It's the end of a marriage. It could be, but it seems to be, you know, nicely, depends. For some of you, it seems to be a clean cut, Virgo, for some of you. For others, there's going to be problems connected with money and, you know, alimony, and the money that, if you have kids, that is going to be provided for your children. There seems to be, you know, controlling issues also for some. For others, but if you make an effort, this could be a clean cut, okay, with the past, with the person with whom you were with. What else? What else? The 7th house. This could be, let's say everything is fine with you and your spouse and your husband or wife. It's something connected with your, like something that either ends in the life of your partner. Let's say he or she gets a new job, loses the job that he or she is in now, but gets a brand new job, or gets a promotion even. It could be something connected with the life of your spouse, and you are merely the witness of something happening in the life of your spouse, which has the potential of being something really good. You know, it has the potential of being something really, really good. Let's say your spouse decides to open up a business with your kids. It could even be that. Your husband or wife decides to, you know, invest in the business of one of your kids. You know, what else? The 7th house is also contracts, so this could be the end of a contract. You know, for instance, a job contract that might, for some of you, leave you with difficulties connected with money. Okay, not depends, not necessarily. Or maybe you see that you're spending way too much money in things kind of like the Netflix, in home entertainment, and you decide to cut a contract connected with that. Okay, so there's some sort of modifications, you know, around that. Netflix, internet, television, and it's more connected with entertainment. And you see that you're spending way too much money, you just decide to cut that contract. Now we are going to go to the sign of Libra. Libra. How is the month of August going to be for you, Libra? So there's a solar eclipse at 18 degrees of Leo on the 11th of August. In your case, Libra, the solar eclipse is going to happen in your 11th house. So this could be a brand new friend that enters your life. This friend might be very bright, young and very bright, very intelligent. A brand new group of friends who again are very bright, very intelligent. You join an organization with bright young people. If you join this brand new organization or association, it's going to cost you money. I'm sorry to tell you this. Or if you have a brand new friend, again, it's going to cost you money, maybe because this friend likes to go to certain places and you have to spend money just to be around this person. What else? This could be, if this is friends, there might be required some sort of sacrifice done. If you have a new friend, a new group of friends, or if you join some sort of group or association, you have to sacrifice something connected with your daily routines, even with your health, the way you eat, the way you exercise, and you might have to sacrifice something connected with your home environment. Maybe you cannot spend, let's say you join some sort of theater group. Maybe you have to, after work, instead of going home, you have to go to this theater group, and maybe you cannot spend all that much time with your family. Okay, and maybe this also seems to me, Libra, that it feels like an excuse for you not to be controlled by someone who's being very domineering in your house, in your domestic environment. And this could be spouse, this could be father, mother, partner, sibling. I don't know, there's someone who seems to be, it seems like an older person seems to be domineering, and whatever group you join, it feels that you are escaping this person. For some of you. Others, the 11th house is a brand new objective, a brand new goal in your life. You're setting new goals for you. Okay? These new goals that you're setting in the long term might cost you money right now. And again, you'll have to sacrifice something connected with your house, with your apartment, with the place you live, with the domestic environment, and maybe with your daily routines. Let's say that you have an objective which is to is to open up your business or buy a house. Whatever objective you have might cost you money. So this money, either you have to work more in your job, and maybe you don't like to work in your job, so that will be a sacrifice. Maybe you'll have to eat differently, because you cannot eat like you have to save on your food. I really hope that's not the case in order to have money for this new long-term project. Or you can't move out. Maybe you like living with a roommate, and this roommate is very domineering, and you cannot move out right now, or you cannot do house renovations, or you cannot buy your first house. That will be the type of sacrifice, for instance. So it's going to depend from natal chart to natal chart. And then Libra, the full moon on the 26th of August is going to happen at 3 degrees of Pisces. In your case, this full moon is going to happen in your 6th house. And it seems to be a fairly nice full moon. Full moons are either culminations or endings. It depends from natal chart to natal chart. So this could be an ending in your job, for instance, for some of you. Maybe it was time. Maybe you needed to move to a different place, to a different job, and maybe a colleague leaves. So everything is fine with your job. Maybe just a colleague who leaves. or it could be the other way around. You have a new colleague, okay? You have a new colleague, and this could be even kind of an older person. What else? This could be you changing the way you eat, you changing your diet. You could also start to exercise, or there's some sort of exercise that you used to do and now you have to stop, maybe because you don't have enough money. What else? This could be also connected with your health, Libra. You might have maybe you have to do some medical exams, but it's something fairly simple, I would say. This could be ordinary medical exams that you have to make, or you get the results of these medical exams, and hopefully everything is fine. Maybe you just won't like the price you have to pay for these medical exams, okay? Scorpio. So how is the month of August 2018? How is it going to be for you? On the 11th of August, there's a solar eclipse at 18 degrees of Leo. In your case, Scorpio, this solar eclipse is going to happen in your 10th house. For some of you, you're going to start a brand new job, Scorpio. And in this job, you'll have to be quite clever. You'll have to use your, your ability to recognize patterns. You have to analyze very well a situation. You'll have to judge very well before you make any type of action. So you have to use also your creative intelligence and your wisdom and your inquiring mind. So this job might demand out of you. If it's a brand new job or brand new career, might demand out of you some sort of sacrifice connected with, for instance, the time you spend with your kids, with your child. If you want to have a child, maybe you have to put that on hold, or the sacrifice might be connected with your creative self, Scorpio. Maybe you do some sort of creative work, and because of your job, it kind of takes all of the time and almost all of your brain in order to do this job, so you can't spend all that time working on your own creative self. Maybe you draw, maybe there's no time for that, maybe you write songs, and there's less time for that. This job, also this brand new direction in your career, might also require some sort of sacrifice connected with public transportation, with travels around your neighborhood, and maybe it's a faraway job and you have to drive there. Maybe there's no public transportation. What else? Maybe it's a sacrifice connected with the way you communicate. You have to communicate in a different way, for instance. Yeah, or the sacrifice might be connected with spending time with a sibling, or the way you communicate with a sibling also. What else? So if it's not that, this could be a brand new boss. No, you have a brand new boss, and this person is a very bright young thing. This is a very bright young person, and the way you communicate with him or her, you have to kind of sacrifice the way you communicate with this person. There's some sort of sacrifices connected with that. What else? You have to adjust yourself, the way you talk to him or her. What else? This could be a change in the way perceive you publicly. For instance, maybe you have a child, for instance. Maybe you become a mother or a father. Maybe you get married, maybe to someone younger than you, someone very bright, someone very intelligent. Maybe you get divorced. I don't know. This seems like a brand new beginning. If you do get divorced, it's like the clever thing to do. And again, this is going to require some sort of sacrifices connected with everyday travel to around your neighborhood and with your kids, if you have kids. Okay, so it's going to depend from natal chart to natal chart. Maybe you move, right? So you get divorced and you move and you Some of you even start a brand new job, and now in order for your kids or your children to be with their father or mother, you know, there's some sort of you have to drive them to their house. Maybe it's a long drive, maybe it's a long commute, something like that. It depends again. Then on the 26th of August, there's a full moon at 3 degrees of Pisces. In your case, Scorpio, this full moon is going to happen in your 5th house. So for some of you, it's a brand new love affair. You just met someone, maybe you just started dating, and around the 26th of August, you decide to take it to the next level, and you decide to actually be boyfriends or girlfriends. You know, some of you it's that, others it's that maybe a love relationship, you know, was no longer working, and you decide to call it quits. And if you make an effort, this could be a clean cut. Okay, if you make an effort, it could be a clean cut. But there's signs of, if it's a love relationship, there's signs of a love obsession. Now this could be either from you, Scorpio, or from the other person, the person with whom you are with. And you know, obsessively he or she might send you a lot of text messages, a lot of emails, or it could be you be doing that, or you could be stalking him or her on their social network, or he or she could be doing that to you. So it depends. You have to make an effort in order to make this a very clean cut. Or for others, you know, it could be that you start a brand new love relationship. Others, it could also be that, you know, you just become a parent. You just gave birth to your, I would say, little girl, but it could be a little boy. Again, this kid, it could be a very bright child, a very bright child. If you just became a parent, just gave birth, or you discovered that you're pregnant. Okay, you just discovered that you're pregnant. If that's and it's something that you wanted to become. You wanted this child. It could be a bit older even, but you wanted this child, Scorpio. What else? So this could also be the end of a creative project. This could be a writing creative project. Now, writing could be a novel, but it could also be maybe write songs. Some sort of creative project that you had, Scorpio, that comes to a closure, that comes to an end. So this could also be you, Scorpio, taking a risk, but it's a calculated risk. You know, a risk connected with speculation of some kind, but it's a calculated risk. Maybe some of you know some sort of information that others don't know, and you take this calculated risk, or you just guess something. You guess something connected with whatever it is that you're taking a risk for. Now we're going to go to the sign of Sagittarius. Sagittarius, Sagittarius, Sagittarius. How is the month of August is going to be for you, Sagittarius? So on the 11th of August, there's a solar eclipse at 18 degrees of Leo. In your case, Sagittarius, this solar eclipse is going to happen in your 9th house. So for some of you, you get the notification that you were accepted for college. If it's not college, it's, you know, for the continuation of your university studies. So it could be doctoral study, post-graduation, something connected with college and university studies. So you get the knowledge that you're going to continue. Okay, but maybe they'll ask you to keep it a secret for a little while. You could even get some sort of scholarship, you know, a scholarship in order for you to investigate something connected with university. What else? This could be if it's connected with college. There requires some sort of sacrifices connected with finances, the money that you'll have to pay for it, and your home environment. Maybe your parents or someone in your family needs to make some sort of sacrifice. Maybe you have money, but you don't have enough money in order to go to college or to pay for this. Or maybe if there's a scholarship, it's not sufficient. So maybe your parents have to, or someone in your family has to, you know, help you out as well. If it's not that, maybe you have to move to another place. Because this college is far away, you have to move to a different location, or you have to take a roommate in order to pay the bills, because there's some sort of sacrifice here connected also with your finances, with the money you earn. Maybe you won't be able to get a job while you are in college, or maybe you'll have to work less in order to have time to go to college, something like that. If it's not that, it could be the ninth house is also the ninth connected with abroad, with publishing. So maybe some of you will get published. Some of you, now this could be book related, but not necessarily just book related. Some sort of publishing deal for some, yes, could be a publishing deal that again will be kept a secret, or will be asked of you to keep it a secret, okay? Or there's something connected with this deal that you don't fully know of, and this deal, this publishing deal, might require some sort of sacrifice on your part connected with the money that you earn. Let's say that you were invited to be published by a very prestigious sort of publishing house, but they'll tell you, we cannot pay you all that much. You cannot, at least for the time being, you can only give you an advancement of, I don't know, I'm going to say a number, $2,000 when you were expecting like 50,000. I have no idea. Or we cannot give you the advancement that you'd hope. And also this all requires some sort of sacrifice connected with your home, with the place where you live. Or maybe you have to move to another place near water, in order to be able to, for instance, write this new book. If it's not that, Sagittarius, this is a brand new, how do you say, it's a court case. Something goes to court, Sagittarius. And something goes to court connected with your finances, and because of that, you have to sacrifice part of your money, part of your earnings, and something connected with your home environment or someone in your home environment. Maybe there's someone in your home environment who cannot fend for themselves, who is ill, and you go to court in order to defend this person, Sagittarius. Okay, because you feel that this person is not being treated properly, and you're going to pay for this person to be defended. Or there's someone in your home environment who's very ill, even mentally ill, who's addicted. You could even be addicted, Scorpio, and you have to take the initiative to take care of this person, even if this person doesn't want to be taken care of, even this person thinks he or she is fine, and you have to go to court in order to force him or her to take treatment, and that will cost you money, okay? So this will cost you money. This could also be moving abroad. Maybe some of you are moving abroad, and this will cost you money, and you'll have to move to a different environment. It won't be exactly easy. Or maybe someone in your family doesn't want to move abroad, doesn't want to go and live to another country, and maybe he or she needs to go, and they don't like it, but they have to go, okay? So yeah, I think I've mentioned. Or this could also be, you know, starting a brand new course connected with metaphysical matters, you know, astrology, tarot, anything connected with that, and you'll have to pay for it. It's not gonna be cheap, okay? And then Sagittarius, there's a full moon on the 26th of August at 3 degrees of Pisces. In your case, Sagittarius, this full moon is going to happen in your 4th house. So full moons could be either culminations or endings. It depends from natal chart to natal chart. Some of you might move. Yeah, you might move. Maybe two weeks prior you were told you got a job abroad, and around the 26th of August, this is when you leave your home and you move to a different place, to a different country. And this move is completely connected with work. You might not earn a lot of money, but it will be stable income. Okay, it will be stable income. And you even might have made this move a secret from many people. You might have kept it a secret from many people, you know, even from your family. What else? Let's say that everything is fine and you're not, or you could be moving because you need to move because you're gonna go to college, or you might have to get a roommate because you don't. If you, let's say that you're going to go to college, but that means that you cannot work as hard as you worked before. So now you have to get a roommate to help you in the expenses, in the bills connected with your house. But you have, if it's a roommate, it has the potential that you're going to be with him or her, with this person, in the long term, at least for 2 years, more or less. More or less, it could be 2 years. Or this could be you finally get your own place. You buy your own place. And if you buy your own place, it could be like difficult in terms of paying the value. Not difficult, but I think it's manageable. It's manageable in order to pay the mortgage, and you probably might decide to have a mortgage where you pay the same every month. Okay, something stable, something stable. What else this could be? This could be like a change in the in someone connected with your family, your close family. Maybe someone connected with in your family. No, this could be spouse, mother, father, grandmother, grandfather, whomever lives with you, like someone close. He or she might get a brand new job, for instance, a stable income, Sagittarius, or and he or she might stay in this job for a very long time. Or what else? Maybe someone in your family retires. Okay, maybe it's time to retire. Okay, maybe he or she got to that age that they are forced to retire. Or others, it could be renovations. Renovations in your house. Maybe those renovations in your house are done, for instance. So it's going to depend from natal chart to natal chart. Now we are going to go to the sign of Capricorn. Capricorn. How is the month of August 2018? How is it going to be for you? On the 11th of August, there's a solar eclipse at 18 degrees of Leo. In your case, Capricorn, this solar eclipse is going to happen in your 8th house. So there's a brand new beginning connected with your share finances. So either you get a new job and you start earning more money, if there's like a bigger pot in the money that you share with your spouse, your partner, or maybe it's your spouse, your partner, who gets a new job or gets elevated professionally, gets a promotion. Maybe he or she gets more money. There's some sort of changes connected with the money that both of you share, that you and your partner share. Okay, and whatever this money is, whatever this change in share resources is, might require some sort of sacrifice connected, for instance, with a sibling, or I'm thinking these are good, positive changes. I might be wrong, but let's say if it's not so good, let's say it's a change in your share resources that connects with your sibling. Maybe you're paying for the schooling of a younger sibling, Capricorn, and maybe let's say that you either lost your job, or your partner lost their job, or you get let's say that none of you loses their jobs, but you just, or you could even be single or divorced, and there's a decrease in the money that you earn. Not an increase, a decrease. If you're paying for the schooling of your sibling, you have to stop doing that, okay? Or it's the other way around. You find out that your sibling is coming to money. Now, if you're paying for something for him or her, now you don't have to do that anymore. Also, this brand new beginning in share resources might require some sort of sacrifice of you personally in the way you communicate, or maybe a car. Maybe you had 2 cars. Maybe you have to get rid of one of the cars. If it's not that, it's something connected with taxes. taxes may be connected with your car. Maybe you got the news that, hey, you're going to pay more taxes connected with your car. For instance, you're not going to like it. What else this could be? This could be some of you might be even going into business with a friend. So this might cost money, you know, going into business with a friend might cost money, Capricorn. What else? This could also be a brand new love connection, a brand new physical relationship. If it's a brand new physical relationship, you're keeping it quiet. This could even be with a friend, you know. For others, it's not a brand new physical relationship. You're just starting a new phase with your partner in that area in your life, and you gotta learn how to communicate differently, kind of, if that makes any type of sense to you. This could also be an inheritance from possibly someone younger, even a sibling. Not necessarily, but it could be even a sibling. So an inheritance that you get, for instance, maybe a sibling was sick, Capricorn. I really hope that's not the case, and maybe he or she leaves you money, or there's a brand new beginning, a change in the way that you earn money with your spouse, for instance. And this, maybe you have less, and this, whatever it is, will require a sacrifice from your sibling, Capricorn. So maybe it's your sibling who has to help you out financially because there's some sort of changes in your financial life. You might feel bad about it, but your sibling might help you. Or this could also be, you know, you develop an interest in the occult, in whatever subject in the occult that you like. It could be tarot, it could be runes, it could be stones, crystals, astrology, and you develop an interest in that, and maybe you have a difficulty in explaining to your sibling why you like it so much, and maybe your friends also kind of, how do I say, they might criticize you. Maybe they think, oh, you're spending way too much money on those crystals, you know. They might say something like that. Then on the 26th of August, Capricorn, there's a full moon at 3 degrees of Pisces. In your case, is going to happen in your 3rd house. So maybe for some of you, there's some sort of study course that comes to a closure. Maybe you had some sort of training, okay? Some sort of training connected with your work, and around the 26th of August it's done. So maybe it's 2-week training, but whatever it is, it has the potential of transforming your life in a very grounded, stable sort of way. For instance, what else? This could be some sort of training that you do outside of your work, which could be connected, not necessarily connected with something that you'll use in your professional life, but it could be something, again, connected with the occult. Maybe there's a course that you take. You want to learn about, again, I'm going to use the same example, crystals. You want to learn about crystals, and you do, and it's something that speaks to you, that speaks to your heart, and you really, really, really like it and enjoy it. And around the 26th of August, this is when you finish it up. And again, this is something that it's something that you love, that you will always love. Or it could be something much more simple than that maybe you take a language course, you know, and around the 26th of August, you finishing up learning, I don't know, German, Spanish, Mandarin, I have no idea. What else? This could also be a car. Finally, you have the money to buy a car. Maybe this is why your sibling is helping you out. Maybe you couldn't afford to buy the car on your own. Or you take your driver's license. Maybe you take your driver's license. Why do you need to take your driver's license? Maybe you have a sibling. A child, and you need to take your child to school. and you didn't know how to drive, so you had to learn how to drive in order to take your child to school. This could also be getting rid of a car, maybe because your child doesn't need for you to take him or her to school. Maybe now your child either drives himself or herself or takes the public transportation, and you don't need another car, so you get rid of the car. This could be some sort of communication that you get, you know, some sort of messages. These messages might be concerning your child, but they're good messages. Maybe teachers are calling you from school, telling you, or you get an email like the card report or something like that, saying that your child did very well, he or she is very good at school, even though this is August. Or if it's not school, it's some sort of activity that your child does, and you get a positive report connected with your kids, the authorities, like the whomever is an authority, like the teachers, are really going to like your kid. So this is going to depend from natal chart to natal chart. So Aquarius, how is the month of August going to be for you? On the 11th of August, there's a solar eclipse at 18 degrees of Leo. In your case, Aquarius, this is going to happen in your 7th house. So for some of you, you have a new romantic partner. You might meet the soulmate, you know, the one is going to be with you for a very long time. This could be someone younger than you, a very bright person, very intelligent person. You know, if you meet this brand new person and you want to marry him or her like immediately, whatever happens, your public reputation might be affected, maybe because you're like moving too fast and people are seeing that, Aquarius, and they're thinking, he just met her or him. So you just met this person, Aquarius. You want to move in with him or her already? You want to marry already? Ooh, that's fast. Others, it's like you've been seeing the same person for a very long time, so you decide to take the plunge, you decide to marry. Whatever happens in terms of your personal relationship, it will require some sort of sacrifice connected with finances, okay? There's something connected with finances. What else? And even the time that you have for yourself. If you met someone and just fell in love with him or her, and you want to move in with him or her, there's something connected with finances that you'll have to sacrifice, and the time that you spend alone that you'll have to sacrifice as well. What else? This, let's say that you're already married or you're already with someone for a very long time. Maybe this could be a second child. It could be the birth of your second child. This is going to be a very bright young child. Very bright, okay, extremely bright. If it's not that, this is a brand new beginning in the life of your second child. Your second child, who's very bright, there's something new occurring in his life or her life that might again require you to make some sort of sacrifice in terms of finances, in terms of money. Let's say your second child got accepted to a very great school, but you have to pay for that school, you know. Maybe for that, because of that, maybe you'll worry, maybe you'll have to work nights or something like that in order to put your second child in this school. What else could it be? This could be a brand new beginning connected with your spouse or with your partner. So everything is fine with you. You're not going to leave him or her. There's maybe it's your partner or your spouse who gets a brand new job, for instance. He or she might get a brand new job. It could be that. And maybe this job or whatever is initiated in the life of your spouse or of your partner might cost you money. It might cost you peace of mind, if that makes any type of sense. Let's say he or she is promoted, you know, is elevated professionally. Maybe that will require you to move to a different city, for instance. And that why would that sacrifice your money? Maybe because you have to find a new job that doesn't pay that well, for instance. In order to, so you make a sacrifice so that your spouse just is able to take advantage of this opportunity. This could also be a contract that you sign, okay? But whatever this contract that you sign could be professionally. Again, you won't know everything about it. There might be misleading you, and you will not be paid the way that you thought that you would be paid. Maybe you're being told, oh, I'm gonna pay you this amount of money, and then you get the salary, and it's not that amount of money, it's less. So they lie to you. So you have to be careful with whatever contracts that you're going to sign. Now, this could be contract connected with your professional life, but it could be a contract where you're buying for a service, paying for a service, and then you're being told, oh, it only costs this amount of money, it's only like $10 a month, and it ends up being 50 or 100. Okay, so you have to be careful with that. On the 26th of August, there's a full moon at 3 degrees of Pisces. In your case, Aquarius is going to happen in your second house. So it could be, full moons could be either culminations or endings. It depends from natal chart to natal chart. So this could be an ending connected with the money that you get, with your earned income. Maybe you just got a brand new job. So you're going to leave this job, you're going to move to another place, to another company. Okay? Or there's some sort of changes connected with your earned income. You have not left your job, but there's some sort of changes. You just signed a brand new contract, and now the way you earn is going to be different. Maybe you earn less, okay, it could be that, but it's going to be stable income. It could be stable income, okay. Others, you just got a brand new job, and it's the salary that you get. It's like the first salary. It's not as much as you thought it would be, but it's stable. If you are a freelancer, Aquarius, this money that you get is from foreign sources. Okay, let's say you are an illustrator, and it's like the money that you get from a company, and you made an illustration for that company, for a magazine, for a foreign magazine, and you get the money, but it's not exactly the way you thought it would be. It's stable, but it could be better in terms of money, right? Now we are going to go to the sign of Pisces. Pisces. How is the month of August? It's going to be for you, Pisces. On the 11th of August, there's a solar eclipse at 18 degrees of Leo. In your case, Pisces, this solar eclipse is going to happen in your 6th house. So for some of you, it's a brand new job. You get a brand new job. And you have to be very clever in this job. You have to use the ability to recognize patterns in this job. I don't know what you do. What else? Let's say it's not a brand new job. It could be new colleagues. And these new colleagues could be a new colleague or several colleagues. These are either this person is very bright and very young, or it's a group of people who are very bright and very young. This could even be a foreigner. But a very bright colleague, a very intelligent colleague, or a group of people who are younger than you who are very intelligent. This brand new job, if it's a brand new job, will require you to sacrifice the time you spend with your friends, or to sacrifice your goals and your long-term projects, and to sacrifice something that makes sense to you, something that you like to do in order to have this job. If it's not that, it's something connected with your health. So maybe you're doing tests. Maybe there's some sort of issue with your health, and there's a doctor who's very young and bright that's making all sorts of tests. You could even go abroad in order to do these medical tests. Okay, in order to get some sort of diagnose Pisces. There's some goals that you have to sacrifice in order to, if there's something wrong with you, in terms of health, you have to sacrifice some sort of long-term goal and objective in order to diagnose any type of illness that you might have. I really hope that's not the case. Others, it could be that you decide to start eating differently, or start exercising also. Then, Pisces, there's the full moon on the 26th of August at 3 degrees of Pisces. In your case, is going to happen in your first house. So it's full moons are either culminations or endings. It depends from natal chart to natal chart. So in your, it's going to depend. But it seems to be a fairly good, positive full moon if you make an effort to make it so. So this could be an ending. So you might get results, around the 26th of August. You might get the results of the medical tests that you've done. Yeah, and they seem to be okay. They seem to be fairly okay, but they might be expensive. That's the thing that you will not like. And if you make some sort of changes in your life, okay, you might, even in the way you think, if you research whatever it is, this illness, if there's an illness, you might be able to have a more stable life. This does not seem like a bad lunation. It seems like a good lunation. Whatever results you get, if you implement changes in your life, stable changes in your life, it will be good for you on the long run, I would say. For others, this could be the end of a relationship, because things were not working out, and you could make this end of the relationship fairly clean if you make an effort. Okay, even if the other person is not behaving properly, you could behave properly. And this could be, the relationship could be a love relationship, yes, but it could be a friend, like a friend, and it's things are no longer working out with this friend, and maybe you just decide not to be friends with them anymore. Yeah, so there's many different ways of reading this lunation. So that's it. This is the reading that I have for all of the signs for August 2018. Again, it's a very general reading. If you like your own personal consultation, please write to dunyazade@gmail.com, and I'd be delighted to work with you. Bye bye!